There you are.
Ooh, I like that sound.
I got to give you sugar before the show so that way you'll get up. Your eyes.
And how do you have to...
Y'all, I have to give Poodle basically uppers before a show. And by uppers, I mean the McDonald's apple pie.
You know what? Have you not... I haven't... If you gave me a McDonald's apple pie on the street, I'm like, get that fucking thing away from me. But if I see it in that McDonald's bag, I'm going to eat it like a fat girl at recess hiding her Swiss cake roll. Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé. Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown. 90-day Beyonce. Marrying someone you only met on your phone. Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love. Come at us if you like a Swiss cake roll.
Come at us.
I saw a ranking of Little Debbie snacks today, or a couple days ago on Twitter.
Someone had nothing to do. God.
And
Go
it was
volunteer.
Like,
go do something at your church.
Someone ranked oatmeal cream pies as like the top level.
Those are my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, they're my favorite.
No, Swiss cake rolls.
Oh, no. Oatmeal cream pies.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We used to have
you
those.
know those have like lard in them.
That's why they're so good. And my mother finally said, I have to stop buying these because y'all eat too many a day.
Were you going through a box at a time?
So let's talk about the show.
Y'all, he had... Turn me down a little bit. I'm a little loud.
Yeah.
He had a fat brother and a fat father.
You know why I wanted that McDonald's apple pie? Well, I wanted
you wanted fries.
It's because on a train back on San Diego yesterday, I'd never seen All the President's Men before.
That's a great movie.
It is a great movie. And I was watching it, though, but shows them twice, and they're eating McDonald's from the 70s, but it looks like the packaging we had in the 80s. And I've been thinking about McDonald's for 24 hours.
Just because of the packaging?
Yes, it worked.
That's a true gay reason.
Mm-hmm. If you saw that old brown packaging with the old McDonald's, takes you back, doesn't it?
Yeah, when I was a fat kid. I had McDonald's birthday parties.
We had Burger King more because they had better cakes, apparently.
Wow.
Y'all.
You might be a redneck. You know you're a fat girl when you have preference over what your birthday parties are.
You didn't?
I like McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
No one had Burger King birthday parties.
That's what we did. It's by the interstate,
Y'all,
so it's easy to get to.
If you had a Burger King birthday party instead of McDonald's party, maybe they were cheaper.
Come at us. Maybe that'll be our... Y'all, I just want to say something. I have really appreciated the conversations and the debate that we're having in the Sissy Squad.
And everyone is so civil.
So civil and
I'm amazed
supportive.
that I'm so civil. I usually call someone a fag and move on.
It's women usually calm you down.
That's true.
We could feel safe around them. So I just want to applaud everybody for that. But maybe this.
And if you haven't joined our Sissy Squad, y'all, on Facebook,
please
come find Sissy Squad.
But maybe this will be the turning point. The debate between McDonald's and Burger King birthday
parties. That makes people pull each other's hair.
Yes, someone's going to say, "You're a cunt. I hate you."
I didn't know that there were actual Burger King birthday parties.
Oh, they are. Y'all, we're about to jump into the show, but
did they call you the Whopper boy?
Maybe. I did like to wear the crown.
And they called you Burger Queen.
They did. Mm-hmm. They did.
Let's jump into the episode.
But I do want to jump in.
All this garbage.
We're going to announce this again at the end, but I just want to start off. Big news, y'all, that officially our the 90 Days Gays podcast
You
is
always
up.
say big news, and I don't know what it is.
Yes. I don't know what else it'd be. We literally had a podcast launch today.
Oh, yeah,
That's fucking big news.
It's on iTunes. But we did a soft launch.
But we didn't tell people. We did
a soft launch.
Well, because Stitcher and everything put you up quick. But y'all.
I dated a guy I called soft launch once.
That's what they call me in college.
And since
hey, there goes soft lunch.
I don't think that's a good thing to call yourself.
That's why I did it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't good. Anyway, so the 90-day fiance it's on with before. We're recapping before the 90 days.
Yeah, and
We're on
we
the
might get into
third
the
of them.
others.
Not mine. We are.
Okay.
It's what else are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do?
Maybe live our lives.
You know what? We have time because actually I really liked Before the 90 Days, but one of our listeners, Jackie, she was telling me that Happily Ever After is like when they come over, it's like shit gets real. And then another person told me they love The Other Way. So what we're planning on doing, everybody, is I think currently 90 Day Before the Days is on. We're starting with that.
Before the 90 days
Yes.
is on, yes.
And as new seasons of the newer versions, I like to call it the 90-day multiverse. That's what I call it. It's like Marvel.
Yeah, no one else calls it that.
Maybe they will. As soon as
No.
all that starts coming
No.
out, as the new shows come out, we'll be recapping each one until eventually we do have no lives. But
Joy.
anyway, but y'all, there we go.
Until I just slit my wrists on air.
Let's jump into 90
Let's
Day
jump into the show with Miss Rebecca.
Love is a battlefield. Love is a battlefield, y'all.
We are young,
And it-
heartache to heartache. We stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield.
So beautiful.
I am the age.
And you know what? If you're Avery, it literally is a battlefield. Literally. So,
if you are Avery, love is actually a shelling battlefield.
love is Syria. Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I'm not trying. We're not trying to make light of Syria.
We're
y'all.
not. We're trying to
But
say
it's
that
true.
Avery's an idiot.
She's a stupid
She's
idiot.
a stupid
y'all.
person, but as we'll talk about in this
She
episode,
wears-
I think she comes by it honestly from her mother.
She wears more makeup than any Muslim woman I've ever seen.
She does look like she would be dancing like in a burqa at Jumbo's Clown Room.
She's in the Muslim version of Scores.
Yes.
She-
Yes. Yes, she is. By the way, thank y'all for shouting out Youth 2 this week on the Sissy Squad. I appreciated that.
I had never heard of it.
What perfume do you think Rebecca wears?
You know what it is? She wears CK1 because it makes her feel young. That's
I don't think
it.
they make that anymore, do they? But she would.
Did I just show my age?
I don't know if they make it, they would.
Something-
Or Britney Spears Curious.
Or no, I don't think they make that either.
Oh, they don't. That was a good sit. Boy,
she
we're-
probably makes something. She
What do
probably
young
wears
kids wear?
something. I don't know, kids. She probably wears something that she bought at
maybe light blue.
Forever 21.
Or yeah, what if she wears that Lucky perfume they sell at the Buckle? All the girls used to wear that in high school.
It smells like a whore.
I loved it.
Of course you did. You loved perfume.
I do.
Yo, I'm not a big fragrance person.
Okay,
This one is.
Rebecca.
So Ziad is playing soccer.
Yes.
I realized he reminds me of a werewolf. That is exactly what he reminds me of.
Was that when she was blow drying his hair?
Yes, he's like, hey, I don't put me out in the sun or the moonlight.
He does kind of talk like Dracula, like that. It almost sounds like a Transylvania
You know what he is?
accent.
He's almost speaking French. That Tunisians speak French.
Oh, they
and
do.
also Arabic. So let's get to where she is with his friends, and she says all of a sudden she goes, "So, am I going to meet your friends?" But they're like playing soccer with him first.
I mean, the more we meet Rebecca and Ziad, a part of me likes them together. I think they work well together. And then another part of me wants to say,
She's
Ziad,
47 and
Ziad,
he's 26?
Yeah, Ziad, you need to fucking run because she's going to weigh you down.
I liked it when she goes, "So, does anybody here speak English?" Because it's kind of nice. Again, Americans are assholes.
Yeah. Yeah, Americans.
Hassan does. Hassan also wishes he could meet an American lady. And you know what? I'd like to say that I'm right here. I'm right here for that. Hassan.
You're
I'm an American lady.
what did you think of his friends as they were?
I liked them. My favorite part was when Hassan, my favorite, says, "How old are you?"
They're just very blunt. And then they ask
She's
her
like,
about her
"I'm
tattoos.
47." And it says, "Show me your tattoos." And then when he said, my favorite quote of the whole episode was when she said it's $3,000 for a sleeve. He went, That could open a store.
That could literally, it was like,
That could open a store.
and you got a Def Leppard insignia tattooed on your forearm.
I just liked he literally saw his hookah store
It's true.
in his mind
It's true.
with $3,000.
And you didn't think any of them were attractive at all?
And for a whole year, if you stopped tattooing, Sally Struthers would say, you could open a store in Tunisia.
Feed the children.
I thought like at least 3 of them were attractive.
That's a pretty good Sally Struthers. That was pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
They're just so hungry.
It wasn't.
Please.
It
I'm
wasn't.
really surprised that you haven't talked about imagining you were the soccer ball and all of them, instead of kicking it one by one, were just ramrodding you.
They all looked a little young for me.
Oh, good. You're growing. This is good.
They all
Well,
looked
I
a
was glad to take you down.
little young. There were no. I didn't want to miss Robinson anyone.
You know what I loved? You know how it says, it's a really cool graphic, but when like every time we go back to someone and we meet them, you know how it does like this? It's a picture. It's like them frozen in a picture, but the background's moving still.
Yes, yeah. TLC advanced animation.
I enjoy it. Did you see the one for Ziad and Rebecca? They're like standing there in Tunisia, and then there's just a fat man smoking a hookah in the background, just kind of going, "What the fuck am I here for?" I just thought that was an interesting choice. I hope he gets a background right.
I liked it at the end when they were about to go out, and so they're going out for the evening. She wants to wear some kind of booby bustier thing that shows her chicken breasts.
The fabric makes it look like a negligee. If it was a different fabric, it would have been better.
It looks awful.
It looks.
It looks like she has 2 chicken cutlets on her chest.
Yes.
And he, by the way, has sprayed himself with designer imposter body spray.
Oh, I'm
probably
sure.
some kind of cool water.
She looks like she got that top at the sale rack at Hot Topic, but like 10 years ago, Hot Topic. Not edgy now.
Now it's cold. Whatever.
Yeah. It's interesting because she's bringing up that I've been controlled before. Again, ladies, red flag. If you keep bringing up your issues with your ex-boyfriend, it might not work out with your current one. We might want to let that
And if
go.
you keep saying, and also, you're in a Muslim country.
Well, that's the deal. She was like, I can't believe he's trying to control me. He's just I'm not going to be controlled by a man. And I'm like, he doesn't want you to get raped or beaten because people will judge you for your clothing,
and
you
I
fucking
think,
idiot.
I think maybe you should just know where you are a little bit.
People will literally, if she wasn't with him or something happened, they would look at her and say whore and beat the
they
shit
would.
out of her.
I agree. Anyway, y'all, Rebecca's deluded.
And you know
She's
what
a
Ziad
deluded,
would do?
lonely heart.
He would just look down and go, and open up his phone. He'd open up his phone and then swipe right. And then we're on to next season. So yeah, she has no fucking clue. And when she's like, I can do whatever I want. And she literally said, that's the American way. Or she said something like that.
And I keep saying the motto of this show should be Americans are awful.
What do y'all think? School us if y'all think that we're in the wrong here. Because maybe we are, but I don't think
When
so.
Americans, I can speak
No,
for
I mean,
this
as far as Rebecca,
someone,
is he over controlling or is she being an idiot?
Well, I would say he is, but or she is. She's being an idiot. But I would say that when I was in other countries and I was kind of trying to blend in and I was either taking an immersion
How'd that
class
go?
or something.
How did you do
I
on
can
blending?
blend in. People ask me for directions in foreign languages. That's how you know you've kind of blended in.
Really?
And people come to me and speak English, and I was like, no speak English.
You would do that?
Yes, I didn't want to talk to them. You could see American tourists from a mile away.
How? What? How do you see American?
They're entitled. They're loud.
Oh, really?
Very loud. Russians and Americans are very loud. And Germans just are wearing short shorts. That's how you can tell a German tourist.
Oh.
Yeah.
I enjoy short shorts. I don't like long shorts. They just get in the way.
I don't know what they would get in the way of, but anyway.
Talk about really. So then they go to this restaurant and they go out to meet her friends. And then she's like.
His friends.
Or his friends. Or no, they're not even. They just go out to themselves just to have a drink and relax. And she's wearing this jacket, this leather jacket, and then she takes it off. And he literally says to her, people will see you and think you're not good woman. And she goes, oh, so now I'm not a good woman? And I'm like,
I think she's making something up.
I'm like, you're taking. It's not that deep. Bitch.
Again, this is the Middle East or the Horn of the Northern Africa.
Yeah.
You can't just flaunt your sexuality.
No.
And especially her. She's got tattoos all over her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boy, you think she might want to have investigated that. The more I learned about the
She's a private
the
investigator.
more I learned about Rebecca, I feel like her partner's doing all the heavy lifting on that PI. It's not Cagney and Lacey.
No.
It's just Cagney, and Lacey's drunk.
It's true.
Y'all, if y'all want to Google something funny, Google Fagny and Gacy. It's one of the funniest sketches from our friend
It's
Rude
very,
Roby.
very funny.
Just saying that.
Shall we move on to Chester Cheetah? Tim.
I think so. I think all I have to say about that, I just want to ask you real quick. So when the guy is looking at Rebecca's tattoos and Zied freaks out, do you feel like he overreacted?
I feel like this is speaking from a place of male privilege. I feel like he's trying to protect what's his, and they're ogling what's his.
So, because that's what I thought too, and I thought,
but
here it seems
privilege doesn't exist
overkill.
because it's privilege is the rule in the Middle East.
It's not privilege; it's rule.
It's rule.
So it makes me think like here it seems controlling, but there, and I don't mean to make an excuse for it. There, it's just that is what their culture.
Yeah.
That's what men do.
Yeah.
The way, like, speaking of Tim, the way that Jennifer says that Latin men normally would be all over her.
Yeah, and
looking
she's
at
like,
her.
I want you to look at me.
Boy. Why is he not looking at me?
Why is he not looking at me?
Yo, I just want to say, none of our accents are racist on this show because we
just can't do them.
We might bust out a Kenyan accent in this episode. And I just want you to know, we're not making fun of the race. We're making fun of the person that's doing this show.
I am the least
Just wanna
racist
say-
person I know, like Donald Trump says.
Oh. No, actually, you are.
I'm not a racist person.
You have had more black inside you than many people
Me?
have ever had.
Well, probably true.
The only person who
And-
probably had more is me.
It's like the United Nations.
It is. It's true. They could put a flag in your ass and call peace.
Free at last.
Free at last. All right, everybody.
So let's let's move on to Tim Chester Cheetah.
Oh, I love that image to Rebecca. They're fighting, and Rebecca's just smoking her cigarette saying, "Stop!" chewing the side of her mouth. Stop. All right, let's talk about Tim.
So Tim
Tim is in Colombia.
Tim is in Colombia.
He does
and he's
kind of look like
talking-
a.
He's kind of talking
Talk like
this.
this.
He's got his eye. He's got his gold eye things under his eyes.
He really looks like a male Muppet, like the brother of the what's her name, the high Muppet from the band from
Janice.
Janice. He looks like Janice to
I
me.
still say he has so many teeth. It's like terrifying how many teeth he has.
That's a lot.
Anyway,
So he's coming over. Then we get a flash forward
Backward.
to
Jennifer.
backward to Jennifer.
Jennifer. So
Um,
Jennifer's a model.
y'all, she's just doing this show to be an influencer.
She's got
she
a
didn't figure that out.
really obtrusive chest tattoo of a bird that I
It
must
is.
say is obscene.
Yes.
Not that it's just not good.
I really feel like all of these people from other countries, except for Caesar, but they're all really getting catfished. Because again, she
They
thinks
are.
she's getting a man. I thought, wow, I just realized he drives that car that she mentioned in the first sentence,
And-
he wears like Gucci and all this. She thinks she's gonna like go to North Carolina.
She does.
and live in a fucking palace.
I will say the first thing when her friends are like, show us a picture of Tim. The first picture she showed them was not of him, but the fucking Ferrari. So she's not marrying Tim.
No.
She's marrying the fucking Ferrari.
And then she says, I just want, and her friends are like, we just want to know if Tim has good intentions. I was like, Tim?
First of all, when you say good intentions, I like it that the one with 2 face tattoos is is talking about good intentions.
Oh, are you talking
He's
about our
got
friend Albert with the Black Panther hair?
Yeah, he's got the numeral 2 on his face.
You know what else he has?
What? He has BDF.
He has
y'all.
huge BDF face.
He's got a huge dick.
I mean, and I know you thought of it.
I did.
Y'all, Jake would sleep with him.
In a second.
In a second.
I'd probably have to go to the clinic after.
You know what? It'd be worth it. He says that her friend
face tattoo
with
is a
the
commitment.
eyeshadow that goes to her temples, which I don't understand. But
it was also confusing.
Her friends are extra. Surprise.
They are.
Anyway, she says, I just do not want Jennifer to be exhibited. Because that would be horrible for an Instagram model. That would be horrible.
Because Jennifer's showing her body all over Colombia.
All over the internet. I don't even know Jennifer's last name, but I wonder what her Instagram looks like.
I don't know. I want to say
I'll look later.
She did meet him at the airport, and she seemed very excited.
She
and
did.
I had to go back and look at this because you told me when she hugged him at the airport after the airport scene, he had a huge,
not Tim. It wasn't Tim that had the boner.
Oh, you're talking about...
Tim had a boner too?
Yes, you're talking about Benjamin.
Benjamin
yes.
had a hip. That was actually one of our listeners pointed that I would let her remain nameless because she said it was shameful. But Tim, I bet Tim did. I bet y'all, that's what we got to look from now on.
I saw
the airport
boner.
boners. I bet Omar had one.
Yeah, he did.
Why is there glitter on your face?
I don't know.
Boy, it's
Lord
just
knows
another
where I've
Monday. Well, good for Tim because she didn't kiss him.
I just want to talk about that. Tim shows up in the douchiest sunglasses ever. And he's like, "Hey, Violet," and Violet's like, "Is that an actual cartoon cat?"
Yeah, you could tell that she was like,
"What's going on there?
Is that
Chester Cheetah?
Is that Chester Cheetah?"
In the car, we did have the infamous line, "Why are you not looking at me?
Why am I not the center of attention?" And
Boy,
I'm like,
that's,
wow.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
But you know what? She lives with her grandparents. She's just an adult with a kid living with their grandparents. I just want
It's not going to work out.
I feel like
I'm going to say this right now. It's not going to work out.
Well,
they're not going to ride off in the sunset together.
That should be the second act of the show. The 90 Day Fiancé. It's not working out.
It's not working out.
But I feel like we're just going to have a little, we're going to have we need to process this moment for us.
Okay.
And I feel like with someone of your expertise, Jennifer goes into a very long conversation of Latin men compared to North Carolina men. And I thought, if anybody knows the difference of North Carolina men and Latin men, you really are the authority of that, probably west of the Mississippi.
Guilty.
So
Guilty as charged.
I mean, really, y'all. Again, his ass could be the consulate for Latin America.
Consulate.
That's what I said.
You said consulate.
I meant to say consulate.
Yeah.
What would you say are the differences?
Both are extremely family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Both are very misogynistic.
Okay.
To an extent.
Just those similarities. Okay, I like it that you're starting with that.
Both would probably buy a bottle of Jose Cuervo for a party.
Okay.
And down it all.
Okay.
There's not a lot of differences. Shockingly.
So
I would say
who would get more jealous.
I would say, that's tough. The Latin guys.
Really?
Latin guys. Yeah.
Latin guys more affectionate than North Carolina men?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the Colombian men would probably have a chance of killing you when you would cheat.
But they've got a lot of blow.
That's true. And y'all, that counts for a lot.
Counts for
to be
something.
honest.
For some people.
Uh-huh.
So, all right. Well, thank you. Y'all, we've processed that with Poodle and Matt.
I tried.
that
was
rhymed.
using my own
Using me.
experience.
Yes, it's true. When we get to Africa, I'll be the expert on that one. Because, boy. It's true. It's true. I've been there and back. I've been on safari and, ooh. I saw many a python.
Oh, my God.
All right. So,
shall we move on?
Yes. So, I think that's... I did love when So they start talking about Veronica, and you know what? I've got to give it to Jennifer, because Jennifer starts saying, and she's telling her friends, like, he has these pictures with this girl wearing slutty clothing.
It's
and
fair. It was slutty.
Fair. And
for
even
Americans, even for her standards, it was slutty.
And her friend with the eyeshadow said, she looks like you, and she kind of did in that
She
picture.
does look
and I
like
didn't
her.
notice that. So I was like, this is all fair. And I was kind of starting to side with Jennifer.
I was kind of starting
and
to side with her.
then she said, he starts to talk about Veronica, and she said, no, I already made these things clear to you. I know, boring me. And
She
turns
did
around.
say no, boring
and
me.
I went, well,
I would love to do that in real life.
wow. You know, that's what Catherine did to Austin on Southern
Well, you're
Charm for their
boring.
reunion.
Sometimes you're boring.
And I agree, though. She made a good point, though, when she was like, she took you to the airport, and then she said in the confessional, she said, a woman is either a mom or a wife. And I went, that's fucking on, or a woman to a man is a mom or a wife.
Yeah.
And I said,
you know
that's
what?
fucking fair.
That's super reductive, but there's kind of something
there's
there.
truth to that. So we'll
Yeah.
see. And then we get left with, Tim has a secret about his
Oh,
past.
no.
And you know what I thought? Kind of what you said. You know, he's kind of short and kind of petite built. Maybe he was a woman. You said that once. You said, I feel like he could be trans.
I did say he could be trans.
And you know, that was the first thing I thought of in that moment. Y'all come at us. What do you think Tim's secret's going to be? Anyway.
He had an ugly duckling thing going on.
I just want to have a strong tea. Give me strong tea with quote unquote. Don't roll your eyes when I say quote unquotable. This is when Jennifer is talking. She's talking about she's going to see Tim, and she says, I'm wondering how he's going to be. Is he going to be cute? Is he going to be rich? Is he going to have cash in his pocket? Or does he have PayPal because I do not take Venmo? Or is he going to like me? Who am I kidding? Look at these tits. That's what our TV said.
That was not an actual quote, but that's okay.
I heard it exactly that way. All right, I'm done.
We're going to move on to
The boner of the group.
Benjamin, the guy at Best Buy who handles your
33.
return.
Boy, that is true. That is true. He's 33. It's his Jesus year.
Y'all,
that means big things for
You're
him.
just trying to return Castlevania 11.
You know what?
And
I loved Castlevania.
And Benjamin is hassling you about a loyalty card.
I just watched that last week on Netflix.
Why did you? Why are
it's-
you watching things like that?
It was like 30 minutes. I like Castlevania. I loved it.
Anyway,
All right,
so yeah, he's gonna take your money back.
He's spending time with this kid wearing, y'all. He's wearing a black stripe with just a garish
green one.
green.
I'm so glad you had a problem with it because I went, this is the ugliest T-shirt I've ever seen.
Well, I realized,
and I'm quite a T-shirt connoisseur.
Boy, that's true.
Our Sissy Squad knows that.
Yes, it's a golf polo shirt. And I just want to say something. There are certain times that
That's a Kmart
you're
special.
allowed to wear a golf polo shirt. And there's 2 times I can think of, and I'm going to tell you them now.
Golf?
1, golf, and B, it's when you have to go to your cousin's high school graduation on the football field, and it's a little humid, but you have to dress up anyway.
Yeah, and you can't wear a jacket because it's
Other
too
than
hot.
that, you're doing it wrong.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I would
fair.
also say maybe a church baccalaureate, maybe a baccalaureate service.
Maybe, yep, they can get hot.
We're a little bit
hot inside.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a bigger male and you get sweaty. I understand that.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
But just a day in the park, his son is cute as the devil, I will say.
His son is adorable. I want to talk about how much his son. He's like, so, what do you? I'm going to go to Kenya, and apparently the kids had a live education. He's like, there are lots of sculptures there, and I was like, interesting. Tell me more, child.
That would have been you.
I know, and he's like, and I went, what kind of schooling does this children have that he's schooled in African art?
Who knows? Maybe Phoenix has really good schools.
Yeah, let's talk about Phoenix. So Gloria, his sister, and Samuel, his brother-in-law, who look like they could be brother and sister.
They do.
And also, his redheaded sister, his ginger sister, is wearing the most freaky wraparound sunglasses I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I miss
She looks
those.
like a bug. It's something.
Well, it's so hot there. If you're a ginger, can you imagine? Could you imagine what your skin would do if you lived in Phoenix? You would wear those glasses too to protect your eyes.
I will say that
You'd
Benjamin,
walk around with one of those fucking hats. I would.
Benjamin
I'd have a big hat.
is the social butterfly of the family because the sister and the brother-in-law's small talk would make me want to throw myself out of the car.
I thought, no wonder he's going to Africa.
And
He's just like, I'm fucking bored.
My favorite part is, see you later, Phoenix, which no one has ever said.
Now,
no one's ever regretted to leave Phoenix.
fuck you, Phoenix. That's probably been said a lot.
I swear to you, no one has ever reluctantly left Phoenix.
Or why don't you go fuck yourself and the whore you rode in on that high horse, Phoenix? People have maybe said that.
They have.
But yeah, I agree. So we get a 24 hours early with Akini.
I just want to... Akini, the reason why he calls her Akini is he can't pronounce her first name.
Can't say her name right.
Oh, white people are crazy.
White people
we can't
are
pronounce
great.
shit.
We can't. How do you say her name really?
I
missed it.
I zoned out.
I love that they cut to him flying off on a plane, looking at a city with lights, and we cut to her hauling water. Y'all,
it's
a different world than where you come from.
Rough.
Kenya looks like it's a labor-intensive city.
It's not Nairobi. It's not like the city in the middle.
No.
She's in rural Kenya.
She's in rural Kenya. They have I guess it's fine. Her sister can dye her hair.
You know what? That is a mark of an established country.
I guess so.
If you can dye your
Ruth has
hair,
pink hair.
if you can dye your hair pink, you're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
And again, I kind of wonder. Like, I feel like Kenya. How do you say her now?
Akini.
Akini's getting catfish now because again,
she's gorgeous.
Oh, she is gorgeous. I wrote that down too.
He looks like that time. But you ever have to do mathletes and stuff like that? You haven't. I did mathletes.
Wow. Wow.
No, it wasn't mathletes. It was like G&T, gifted and talented. We had to be bussed over to another portable. But
Wow.
he would have been the principal who met us to show our bus where to park.
He would have. Or yeah.
Actually, I'm taking that back. He would have been the assistant principal
Assistant.
who met our bus to show our bus where to park. And he would say, "You guys have a great day. Hey, champ."
He would.
He would say that to me. And
I feel like
that haircut he has is all over the South.
What is that cartoon show where it's about the older man who's a country? It's a cartoon. It's like The Simpsons. And
I don't know.
Like this. It's popular.
Oh, King of the Hill.
I feel like he would be a cartoon character on King of the Hill.
Kind of. He's
Yeah.
a little literate for that. But yeah,
But
I get
yes,
that.
I'm not. Yeah, Benjamin's not dumb. Well, he's not smart. But anyway,
He's lonely.
but I love it when what is her Connie. Her friend is fucking the best friend we all need. She's like
Connie.
she's great.
Connie is like, you only love white people movies.
And yeah, you only love white people. She's like, I stalked his Facebook. He has a kid, which she didn't know. And then she says, she loves white people.
And I want to say that's the exact opposite of a person in this room.
I thought that too. Guilty. Guilt. Y'all, white men are
no
boring
one
to
loves
me.
black men like this one.
Boring to me.
Uh-huh.
Boring to me.
Yeah.
Um,
I can see someone saying, you only watch movies with black people.
it's true.
And you're like, yes.
I'm like, yes. And
Can I say something about her father? That not to
picture
say
they
that all
showed?
black men look alike, but he looks like the guy in Candyman.
I thought, or like Black Dick Tracy. Yes. 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 Tell me about it. It was a very odd, like mafia picture
Yeah,
they
it was
showed
weird.
of him.
And we found out that that Benjamin needs to be friends with her brother
Her brother to get the approval from
to
his
get
dad.
the approval of the bride price.
Because,
And
his dad they say, his father thinks white people are a problem. And,
I kind of agree.
Can't agree
America,
if you're a black person.
Y'all, we've
mean-
had a lot of problems thanks to white people voting.
Oh, Lord. Well,
We've had a lot. If white people couldn't vote, we'd be fine.
well, I just meant from the fact that, a lot of
this
black
country.
people have been persecuted by white people. I can understand why there's some trepidation.
Yep.
I mean, especially in that country.
Agreed.
Anyway, so he's got a mountain to climb. Speaking of mountains to climb, y'all, when they met each other at the airport, I was kind of touched because they were really happy to see one another. And did
They
you see
were.
how nervous she was?
She was.
And then they kissed and kissed and kissed.
Yeah, and they kissed and kissed.
I mean, like, kept kissing, and he was like, we have this chemistry, and we just kept kissing. And she was like, oh, my God, we have chemistry. It was so great.
She's very innocent.
And then they walk out of the airport, and Benjamin has a monster erection. Y'all.
Monster.
I mean, it is. Did you see the picture I sent you?
Yes.
It is huge. So one of our listeners Facebooked instant message me, and she said, well, now we know why she's in for it. Because, y'all,
She's like, Americans are big. Yeah, you saw.
It's like,
Yes, girl.
And she would
saw
say,
it.
like, you're so hairy. And
Yeah.
I love that she was just looking at him like he was a doll. And I was like, has she never seen white people before?
And I don't think she has. She's never had a conversation with one.
She
That's
was
what
probably
she said.
like the way we were the first time we saw a Latin uncircumcised dick.
We're like,
remember that?
ooh, I need to explore this.
Excuse me. You're just pulling on
I
it
feel
going,
like Columbus.
yeah, in 1492, three ships set on the ocean. You're just pulling it, and you're like, oh, it snaps back.
Ooh, it's a turtle's head.
Oh, look at it. You could use that as a money clip. Just put your wallet in there. Nobody would know. That's
Change
the way-
purse.
Change purse. Anyway, I don't know. I actually feel like she maybe is somewhat attracted to him. I don't know, y'all. She's so young.
I will see this. They might have the biggest chance of staying together of anybody.
I felt like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I used to think maybe Rebecca's yet, and after Rebecca opened her mouth,
She went cuckoo.
Yeah, yeah.
Shall we move on to the biggest train wreck?
Ooh. I mean,
It's Miss Darcy, y'all. It's
dinner last
Lonely
night was
Hearts
fantastic.
Darcy.
when we met him, I just looked in his eyes, and
We
I
had
just knew.
so much chemistry.
I just knew. Y'all.
So then she's walking around. First of all, it looks like Darcy is a recovering stroke victim because she walks around like she's like not stable. She
All
kind
the
of
time.
totters. Like,
'Cause her-
is she 70?
No, it's because
Is it
and I
vertigo?
Put this, her heels are so inappropriately high.
Maybe
she
that's
can't-
it. And
you
the
know-
cobblestones are hell for her.
Remember for Cabaret when I bought you 4-inch heels one year?
It was really bad.
And you
And I
literally
said never again.
You walked in them like that Carol Burnett secretary from the Carol Burnett show, Mrs. Wiggins.
Yes.
It was horrible. Y'all, I love how Darcy says, oh my God, Tom, you went above and beyond in the Airbnb. It's not even a hotel. It's an Airbnb.
I like it how Tom says, how beautiful is that, the place that they're going to? And Darcy says, is that where we're going to get married?
Yeah.
And he's like, and at that moment, Tom wants to open the door of the car and roll
Run.
away as it's moving. So,
Y'all.
and I was like, I think that's London Bridge. I think that's London
It's
Bridge,
true.
Darcy.
And so he invites her. They go in the Airbnb, and they sit down, and he pours a glass of wine, and Tom says, cheers. And she says, cheers. But the way she says cheers was more like, stick it in. Like,
And-
she literally...
Yeah, and like no one has ever like I'm not a good I'm a good example of this because like if I invite you over, it's a sure deal.
Oh, yeah, it's
like
happening.
there's no she is the worst poker face. She's like, so when do we make love?
Which is saying something because she can't move her face. But you still know what she's thinking. And then, y'all, Darcy proceeds to get, as we say, the South drunker than Cooter Brown.
Yeah, and
I mean,
I will say, and it's kind of his fault as just giving him. At one point, she keeps saying, he said, "Do you want red or white?" She's like, "You choose, whatever. It's your favorite.
I mean,
whatever's fine."
It was so great. I'm like, make a choice. But what would you do if you're going on a date and they just start crying about how much you love them?
I'd
and
get drunk.
sobbing? You would just be like, "Here, drink." So he feels her. She's sobbing for really no reason. We don't know why.
I wrote down, is there anything worse than a woman breaking down after you first meet her?
No, woman or a gay man for that reason.
No.
No, there's not. And then I realized Darcy is always that girl. She's always going to be that drunk girl.
Yep.
That crying girl.
He was giving her a lot of alcohol, though.
But then then he says, come up to the room, come into the place. And she goes into her room. She's like, "Oh, this is my room. I hate it. I don't like the energy.
Where's yours?
Where's yours?"
Y'all, I don't like the energy is California for I want to fuck you.
Yep. And then she walks up the stairs. She's like, "Oh my God." And she immediately jumps on the bed and practically spreads her legs. And
She presents like a baboon.
And we almost saw Pudding-Tang. Okay? We almost saw it. And she's like, "Yes, this is more comfortable." And then he's like, "Well, I just want to be proper and have you sleep in your other room." And she's like, "I don't want to be alone.
Here, should we 90 Days Theater this whole
Y'all,
section?
we have a section of 90 Days Theater that we didn't air on the show, but this is when Tom was trying to get drunk Darcy into bed, and she hit him in the nose and gave him a nosebleed.
And scene. But darling, you may
You're so mysterious. You're my
careful.
Tom Cruise. You're my Goldfinger.
Darling, are you going to do this every time?
Do you love me?
Yeah,
do you love me?
I do.
I don't wear anything in bed. I just want to wear these sheets in your penis.
I'm horrified. I'm consistently horrified.
No, don't put me in the bed. I don't want
think you
to.
should be in the other bed.
No,
I think
please.
you should be in the other bed.
No, please. I don't want to.
You can
I
sleep
just
by
wanna...
yourself. I think
no,
we'll
please.
both. I
You can
respect
just
you
come
as
in
a
the-
woman.
You can come in the back door. I'm still a virgin. My ass is tight.
And
then,
scene.
boom, she hits him.
She hits him. And you hit me in the nose in the middle of the night.
And somewhere, some of you are driving your car right now, and you just vomited on your steering wheel. But y'all know what we were leading up to that scene, and I was going to tell you that proves my point. Darcy has said, "Take it in the ass, girl. She'll give you whatever she wants."
She's definitely a backdoor girl.
If y'all are a Southern charm, she is putting in rose petals. If Austin put butt play on the bed for her, she say yes like Madison. Madison. Anyway, y'all. I think, and so really after that, they just go on a boat ride.
I did like it when she's like, "So I woke up in Tom's white shirt, like risky business."
You know, she always says don't know how that happened. That was a total surprise. She always says
there was a camera on you, and you're being interviewed after.
And you woke up in the morning with a face fucking beat.
Yeah.
With full makeup and lashes.
It took you 3 hours to do your face, and someone had to airbrush that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I love how she always makes these statements of, she'll say, "That was confusing. I don't understand that." When we all know what just happened.
Yeah.
It's and also I realize, and we see this on the boat, when basically Tom tells her that he's been fucking other chicks this whole time.
My favorite part was when she's like, "So you're seeing another woman?" He's like, "Women." Oh.
That's what makes me sad.
You saw her just crumble.
And die inside.
Yes. And she's like, "Is there any more wine?"
Is there any more wine? And then that's what I want to say to Darcy. Literally, she's cutting the feeling off in her face.
Yeah.
And also her emotions. I want to say,
I want to say you're fucking enough, Darcy.
And
Damn.
I want to say, if you can't speak your mind, you might want to process that.
Agreed.
Process that if you can't speak your truth.
Also, it's a red flag if the guy you've been fucking has told you, online fucking, has told you all of a sudden that he's dating 2 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a red flag anyway.
There are red flags everywhere.
Well, no, there's a red flag now in the world.
I heard about this.
Which I don't know.
We
maybe
think
we're
Tom
gonna have
maybe.
Maybe we're gonna have to start doing a 90-day news section because I feel like shit happens.
Yeah, add another
know.
section on the Barbie for me.
But yeah, apparently he is forging some of these Instagram pics, and I thought in watches, did he choose an Airbnb because his place is a shitty place and he doesn't want her to see it? That's what I thought. Anyway, y'all, let's go to Lebanon. Get off your grinder. You can look at Dick later. We got another lonely heart, y'all, and her name. I actually feel like her name's not Avery. Her name is Omar. Is our lonely heart because Avery's just a dumb girl.
Oh, I have a lot to say about Omar.
Oh man. Terry.
I want
fucking Terry.
Well, and Terry now
with Teri. We
Terry,
all know that Terry.
We all know that Terry. Y'all, that Terry is she's your dental hygienist.
Or either that or your general manager at Farmers Market.
That's true. Or she's kind of like free with her sexuality.
And when I say Farmers Market, I don't mean Farmers Market like y'all think. I need to realize the shitty grocery store that has really good meat
Ours was too.
At our hometown is called Farmers Market.
Yes.
It's actually not shitty. It's just small, but their meat selection's the best in town.
Anyway, so they're
Farmers
trying on Lebanese wedding dresses.
Yes.
And these are dresses that actually, it's not that they don't leave anything to the imagination. There is no imagination.
No, there's not at all. There's not. There's like, and
every inch is crowded, and he doesn't want it to be too tight.
Doesn't want it to be too tight at all.
First time I've ever heard that from a man. Hey-oh! Wow. That's my straight comedy, y'all. When I do straight talk. Straight talk comedy.
Straight talk.
First time I've ever heard it. Hey-oh!
Wow. We have had people comment say that you like it when we do straight voices. Although one viewer said that your Caesar sounds like a depressed Barack Obama, and they're not here for it.
It's a little bit like this.
We're gonna work on that.
A little bit.
We're gonna work on that.
I love you, Michelle. I love you, Michelle.
No.
Come at me if you think
don't do
that's
that. It just makes me sad and
I think
miss
it's a pretty good Barack Obama.
Okay, so let's talk about
and
this.
Michelle.
Let's talk about
Michelle. And Malia and Sasha.
I'm just going to pause the show. Let's talk about did you feel like, I mean, again, so this wedding dress he thinks is too tight. Terry's freaking out. My daughter can wear whatever she wants to wear.
Again,
actually,
you're in the Middle East. I don't think she can.
I need to not do a Southern accent when I do Terry because she is not acting like a Southerner.
She is not. She's
acting
from
like
fucking Ohio.
She's acting like
She's
an
some
entitled
trash Ohio.
Yankee.
It's true. So Terry, y'all,
she says the first. Well, I will say the first dress Avery puts on.
It's not flattering.
It looks like a Muslim Jessica Rabbit. It's so tight. It literally, she's like,
I'm not bad. I'm just fatwa that way.
By the way, we have a process moment again from Avery, and I'm saying childhood trauma. I'm pretty sure, and I don't mean this to be funny. I am 100% certain she was molested or raped because
I think you're right.
When she says,
Avery,
old
if you're
Avery,
listening, come on.
Old Avery was haram, bad. New Avery is
halal.
Halal, good. When you literally are putting those qualifiers on
it's pretty
yourself
gross.
that you were bad, and you can tell when she says it's not
it's
like
more layered
fun
than
bad.
that. But halal is like allowed, and haram is like unallowed.
But she is not seeing it layered like that.
I agree.
She's saying I'm literally leaving
I agree.
something behind. And anyway, it makes me
she's
sad
fucked up.
for her.
She's fucked up.
Makes me sad.
I want to jump into the fact that Terry has a real problem with eggplant. Really reacted to it violently.
She's like, if it doesn't walk or breathe, I'm not eating it. If it doesn't have legs and a heart that I see bleed out,
and my favorite,
I don't feel like an American.
And my favorite part of the night, the drink ordering went like this. I'll just have something that's fruit.
To eliminate,
I'll have some water.
I have issues having juice.
Long Island iced tea.
I mean,
Y'all, we know what kind of heifers order a Long Island iced tea. They're going to get fucked in the bathroom.
exactly. And you know what? I will say, if you're a mother,
I wrote, I'm dying.
and I'm telling you now, if you have a rebellious daughter out there, you probably are passive aggressive because daughters usually only rebel like that when I'm not saying it's the mother's fault, but there's many things.
Well,
and
look,
when-
she
but
could
that's a-
try to accept her
but
daughter.
I bet her mother has belittled her self confidence
Oh,
her
totally.
entire life.
I agree.
And that makes sense now why Avery is doing what she's doing.
Long Island iced tea. And make it a double.
Yeah.
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 A double Long Island.
And then she
They
starts.
probably didn't even know how to make an Long
It's true. They're
Island
like,
iced
what?
tea.
Y'all, because here's the deal.
They didn't look that on Google.
The food they were ordering, it wasn't like they were in Singapore and they were like at a fucking market.
It's
it
true.
was eggplant and fucking like, you can go to like Daphne's Greek and get the same fucking almost
she
type
was
of food.
she was talking like she was eating crickets or something.
like
Like she could not fathom it.
$10 says she's had an eggplant parmesan.
Yes, she has.
And
no
then-
eggplant for me.
When she pulls up her phone and starts quoting all this. Now look,
Oh,
I want to preface this because I know you probably felt the same way I did, but maybe you didn't. But I felt, and I want to just say, we are not there. Jake and I, on a personal level, yes, have a lot of problems with some of the way like Muslim religions have treated women.
It's not
But
our
it's not-
culture, and it's not. But I completely respect the ethos behind it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I get it, but using it as using kind of picking and choosing Muslim examples to saying you can
yes.
beat your wife. And you can find examples in the Quran for anything, just like you can find examples in the Bible
Like
for
the
anything.
way Avery schooled her mother, because when Avery's
Yeah.
mother, when she said, "Mom, why don't I pull up the Old Testament?" And again, her mother just, what is she? She actually said, "No, I'm fine."
Yeah, no, I'm good.
And that to me, that is the qualifier right there of you might want to process that, and that her mother probably has never listened or taken her opinion valid for everything.
I agree.
And so she has to do this big of a show just to get attention and feel validated from her mother.
I also want to say that
I hope they are listening to this show. Come at us, Avery or Terry, because I will give you therapy, and you'll pay us, but we
You're
will give
paying
you
us.
therapy a lot.
And Omar said, well, she's nice to me, talking about what Avery
Yeah.
was, and she's like, so are you gonna beat her?
Because she
Are
won't
you
always
gonna
be nice.
beat her? Because she always will be nice. She's my daughter.
Yeah, she's gonna be a big cunt.
she's
Is that
gonna
what
be
you
a
wanna say?
bitch,
Ugh.
like I am. Even Grandma's calling, like, don't do that.
Don't. And I said the C word because she probably would say that. I don't like saying
She
that,
would.
but she would. I will say it's like
It ended kind of in a brutal way.
It's like when people say all Mormons have 10 wives. Y'all, I'm going to say this, that a lot of the Los Angeles Mormons I know are some of the best religious people I know.
And a lot of the men are kind of gay.
That's true.
Woo!
That's true.
That's all I've got about poor Miss Avery.
And kind of gay, kind of not gay. We don't know. Oh, Caesar. This is my thing with Caesar.
Oh, y'all, every time we get to Caesar, I feel like there's a rainstorm and Eeyore walks out.
Y'all, we need a producer because
I just went, holy fuck.
When we say Caesar, y'all need to press the button and put a storm effect.
You do.
But our next lonely heart is Caesar. And y'all, here's
Oh.
my deal with Caesar. Does Caesar have a kid? Because look, here's the evidence. There's like on his kitchen. First of all, there's that picture on the fridge of a turtle that says like "Be your own superhero."
I saw that, but I thought that was part of his occupational therapy.
Maybe. But also, too, why are there like stickers of grapes and fruits on all the cabinet doors?
I don't know. I swear
This
to
apartment
God.
is so weird.
I swear. It was a very strange apartment. I noticed those too.
He has the Nordic track that's up on its side, and y'all,
I chalked it up to occupational therapy.
look at Caesar. He doesn't do the Nordic track.
No, she doesn't. Also, was it just me, and maybe I'm wrong, did a cubic zirconia earring get involved in the right ear this episode, or has he always had that?
I didn't notice that.
He got an earring in his ear this time, in the right ear. And y'all, if you
He
grew
probably
up,
wanted to look special.
if you grew up in a place where it was kind of not really gay friendly, you were always having to worry about what earring is in the gay side. Is it the left side or the right side? I think the answer is the right ear is gay.
I don't remember.
We talked about it a lot.
I think the answer for Jake and I was any ear. You're still a Mary.
You had golden hoops, and
I
it
did.
looked like a gay fucking pirate.
Or like a genie.
It was much more genie because you have big earlobes.
Prince Ali,
Someone-
fabulous, she is a
Someone
big
should have
gay
stopped you
one.
because your earlobes are too big for those.
God made me. He gave me decorations enough. She did. She gave me decoration.
Seriously, someone should have stopped you. Anyway,
No, it's just sad. You know what's sad to me? Caesar goes to the airport. Everybody else on this show, I mean, hell, Tim has his ex-wife / mom / girlfriend take him to the airport. Caesar just has Uber. Y'all, nobody. Now, his hot friend doesn't take him.
nope.
You think he
Jeremy's not there?
Susan from Julie's might have.
And nor is his boss, who's probably 26
Yeah.
years old and Vietnamese.
Nobody.
Nor his other friend who was going to help him out.
Nobody.
Caesar's just got to Uber. And also, so he does fly.
He hasn't heard from her in like 3
And-
days, but he's like, I'm going to take a chance on love.
And of course, y'all, motherfucker's luggage gets lost.
Gloomy old Eeyore nods his head and worries the time away.
Of course his luggage is lost.
Y'all. And he's like, oh, I waited 30 minutes. It's not there. I guess I'll just call back tomorrow. Because, y'all, if you lose your luggage in Cancun, they fucking stole
You're
it.
never getting
You're never getting that back.
Some guy's uncle is wearing your
Yeah.
clothes now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You might get another luggage back that looks like yours, and then you open it up, and there's a dead goat in there.
And
you
a
go-
lot of cocaine.
and a lot of coke, and you're like, fuck. And then it's like Goldie Hawn better show up and make a movie out of it.
It's true.
Y'all, I love Goldie Hawn.
I love her too.
What was that movie she was in the 80s where like it was a crook or like it was a crime and she didn't know she was in on it? It was really good.
Bird on a Wire.
Yes.
I don't know where that came
That
from.
movie was good.
From a Leonard Cohen song. I also want to just say that I saw a golden retriever that someone put on. It was National Dog Day today, so of course there was places.
My
and
dog's
someone-
dead, so I don't have one anymore. But I had a Facebook memory come up today that reminded me of Sophie.
Okay, way to bring it down.
But you know,
Anyway, someone posted their golden retriever named Goldie Hawn, and I about died.
That's cute.
It was really funny.
that's really cute.
I'm sorry your dog's dead.
That's all right. She's a memory, and she's a dog angel now.
When you walk, she helps other
Come
dogs.
here, angel dog.
She helps other dogs cross over.
in a field.
I thought about her today.
Praise Della
It was
Reese.
National Dog Day.
I know you did. He loves her. He won't admit it.
She's all right.
So we hope he gets back that $200 engagement ring. I hope he got it insured.
Susan handled that at the jewelers. That's all I've got.
So Caesar's just waiting for Maria, and
Guess what? Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
she
she's
doesn't
not
call.
Maria, I just paid a girl named Maria. And suddenly I found how negative my bank account can be.
That's it.
Maria. That's him. He walks into a
He
room
is somewhere.
and there's just like a.
Exactly.
Anyway, y'all.
What is your straight people be crazy? for
Straight
this
people
week?
be crazy. Y'all, my straight people be crazy is Darcy, y'all. Just all of it.
She is the craziest
It's
straight
just
person.
the fact that, and then one of our friends told me and they sent me, and there's like, we'll post it on the Sissy Squad.
Oh, it's heavenly, y'all.
There is a
Twin
sizzle
time?
reel. Basically, I think I've said this.
Twin trap.
It's called like Super Twins or something like that.
Twincest.
Whatever. 4 titties for your pleasure. There's 4 fake titties. Basically, they made a pilot.
It's their
just
sizzle
about,
for their reality
just
show.
about them being twins. Apparently, that's enough. They're crazy. Can't you see her
and they have
show?
like bad fedoras from
and it's with
2006.
their husbands, the father of her girls. Can you imagine? It was just her like saying, "So it's just like we're just being crazy. We're just twins, and our life it's just so crazy, and we're letting people in on our crazy life."
It was not good.
It was just the word crazy over and over, which
It was a lot.
y'all know.
And they got
we have a problem.
They've got
with.
different faces back then too.
You barely recognize them.
It's true.
That's my straight people be crazy. What's your straight people be
My
crazy?
straight people be crazy is there is never a gay man who I'd ever find who would say, I never want eggplant. I hate eggplant.
'Cause I be dancing about anything.
'Cause y'all, we're gay
when I
boys,
see a
and
gay
we
man
love
with
an eggplant. We love an eggplant emoji.
'Cause it's an emoji for dick.
Cock.
I like that we both went to the harmony at the same time.
Yeah, I'm
We're in
not a
sync.
big fan on
We're
that.
like, I'm like Justin Timberlake, and you're like
JC, who
JC.
like has a shitty career.
But he could
Thanks.
sing well. Y'all.
Yeah, and look what happened. He got puffy.
I still think he's cute. Y'all, we have gotten like 240 members now in our Sissy Squad, so be sure to join that.
Join our Sissy Squad,
Join the
y'all.
conversation.
We would love if you like this, if you like the show, if you like us, give us a review on iTunes because it makes a whole lot of difference. Even if you write "Keep Going Queens,"
and you know what? I'm actually going to have a
Give us
even
5 stars.
more special ask.
Oh,
even
God.
this week, I'm going to put the link in the show notes. I'll say, click here to leave a review for 90 days. I'm going to highlight it and make it a hyperlink because, y'all, one of the best.
what's a hyperlink?
You don't know what a fucking hyperlink is? The like blue thing with the line that says it goes
Oh,
to
I know what that
website.
is. You can click
God.
on that.
Boy, this is why we need a producer, y'all. And the way that we can get a producer is we can get enough reviews to get this show going.
Help
so
us
that
get
way
a
we can
producer, y'all.
We can get a producer. But, y'all,
For just
the
3 cents a day.
For the 90 days, gays, it would be the way Apple looks at podcasts, especially when they first come out. We only have like basically 3 weeks to get as many reviews as possible to help us get on the new and noteworthy and
New
really
and noteworthy
get bumped
is
up.
everything,
So
y'all.
if y'all could. If you could go write 5 stars and it's not just the 5 stars. If you could write something, even if you say "Keep Going, Queen," something little,
Or just keep going, queers.
and I
enjoy this.
If you're listening on Spotify or Google Play or wherever,
Go to
I
iTunes.
still have that Apple link that'll take you directly to. That just would mean so much. Just I would love.
Every review gives me power.
You give good love to me, baby.
No one came to hear you
know
sing.
what? This is what we're gonna do. If we can get 100 reviews in a
Ooh.
week, what are we gonna sing on air?
We're gonna sing something on
We're
air.
gonna sing something on air with the piano.
We'll take requests.
We'll take some requests. You tell us what you want. Tell us even in the review what
We're
you want
gonna
us to
regret
sing.
this.
We probably are. Maybe, but if
I
we
said it and I was like, ooh.
if we get 100 reviews,
we
y'all,
will sing some songs.
100 reviews. That would mean the world to us.
We'll do a whole special podcast where we just sing songs.
You know what? In fact, if we get 100 reviews, we will do it in the podcast, but we will record it on video and post to our Instagram.
Yes, we want 100 reviews.
Yes, that's what we want.
Love
and
it.
I think so. Be sure to tune in this week. It's up now. The 90 Day Gaze. You can binge the first 3 or 4 episodes now.
4 episodes now.
The 4 episodes, and
you can find us. I'm at Jake It or Fake
you can
It.
find me at the Matt Marr.
All of our socials.
2 T's, 2 R's. And if you watch Southern Charm, it's the last finale, y'all. We're going to be doing that, and I think that episode's going to be able to go on Wednesday night, right?
Yep.
So we got a lot of stuff going on this week.
Oh wait, I'm flying that night.
He
But yeah,
just ruined it. You know,
Well, I'll watch it and then
we'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out.
But most of all, y'all, you've left so many comments and reviews saying how we helped y'all.
I even sent Maddie the
We get
thing
teared up.
today. I teared up from it.
So we love y'all
We
so
love
much.
y'all so much.
And remember, if you're just a somebody out there and you're a lonely heart and you're just looking for love, if you think
in all the wrong places.
in all the wrong place, if you think that you want to go and get yourself a 90-day fiance,
just
call
call
us.
us.